Audio check. Audio check. Good. Excuse me. All right. Okay. And I believe we are ready. Alrighty. Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Spooky Saturdays. I am your host, Lord Orfeo, and tonight we'll be continuing our third-person survival horror game from developer Remedy Entertainment called Alan Wake Remastered. But first, our usual announcements to allow our other viewers to join us for tonight's show. As I just said, my name is Lord Orfeo. I stream 7 days a week, Monday through Friday, from 6 o'clock in the evening to at least 9 o'clock at night, and Saturdays through Sundays from 8 o'clock at night to at least 11 o'clock at night. Did I say that right? 6 to 9, 8 to 11? I believe so. So, two things to keep in mind about my stream times. One, all times are for the Eastern U.S. time zone, so please do adjust accordingly. And two, the end times to each of my streams may be extended. It really just depends upon my personal energy level, the level of enthusiasm for whatever it is we happen to be streaming, and the amount of content we have with which to stream. Also of importance, do know that I stream something different on each and every day of the week. Typically, it's indie games on Mondays, retro games on Tuesdays, a just chatting stream on Wednesdays, role-playing games on Thursdays, AAA games for Fridays, horror games on Saturdays, such as today, and full motion video games on Sundays. If any of those stream themes are of interest to you, then I hope to see you again during the week. And now, with our announcements out of the way, let us return to the stream of the day. So, we are here with Spooky Saturdays, a stream night dedicated to chills and thrills. A quick note about our horror streams. I know some of you love horror, such as I, and some of you are very averse to it. For those of you who do not like horror, I understand, but you might want to look into what type of game I'll be streaming every Saturday. It could be something dark and gory, or it could be something more light-hearted like a Scooby-Doo game. Either extreme may find its way into our stream. So with that, let's turn our attention to the game, Alan Wake Remastered from Remedy Entertainment. Troubled author Alan Wake embarks on a desperate search for his missing wife, Alice. Along the way, he'll battle humans and beings of darkness, whose only weakness is the light. Tonight, we venture back through Episode 5 on Nightmare Mode difficulty this time, while trying to retrieve 3 manuscript pages, only obtainable in this mode, and survive. Okay. And as has been customary since we started streaming Alan Wake, the tradition continues. I have my full cup of coffee. This is the Canadian brewed Riot coffee. Well, the brand is Rampage Coffee. But the name of their medium blend is called Riot. It is fairly tasty coffee. I discovered this via my friend Barb, who is a... what's the word for it? Not sponsor. Oh, she's sponsored by them, actually. So if you want to give it a try, I ordered a sample pack. I get no commission off this. She gets, I think, a tiny commission off this, but I don't. I just figure I'll throw it out there for her, because this is how I found out about it. But that is the link. I ordered a sample. I think it was like between 20 and 30 bucks. If you like coffee, you might like it. You get a medium roast with the sample. You get a dark roast. You also get a pouch of espresso, and then you get a pouch of something called C4, which I'll be trying last of all the coffee types. It's supposed to be caffeine enhanced. So if you're really looking for something to kick you in the shorts, there you go. But alright, let me equip my headset. Alright, and dive on in. Now, the plan for the night is to get all the way through Episode 5 and stop there. Along the way, there should be 3 hidden manuscript pages, as I said earlier, only obtainable in Nightmare Mode difficulty. We are going to keep our eyes peeled for those. I don't believe any of those pages are in the first part of the episode, which is a bit of a shame. One of the favorite parts of this whole game for me is the first part of this episode. And before directly launching into the game, just via continue, we are going to go into extras and look at the 2 cutscenes that took place right before we load into the game. So, cinematics, episode 5, The Clicker, and previously on Alan Wake, episode 5.
Previously on Alan Wake.
I just said that.
The influence of the Dark Presence, I wrote a horror story that is coming true. Jagger had been my editor, making sure that the unfolding story would make her more and more powerful. Some part of me had been aware enough to write my escape into the story.
Together we can create something absolutely wonderful. The lake,
It does something to the works of art created here. It makes them come true. My mom gave me this old light switch.
The clicker.
Alice is being kept in a dark prison. I need to find Cynthia Weaver to fix this.
Your fault, and you're gonna pay for it.
Waking up in a cell.
Well, we're expecting a record crowd from the neighboring counties. Naturally, we hope to break the record set by last year's Moose Fest in our neighboring town, Watery. Ladies and gentlemen, some people have asked me, what's the big deal about Deer Fest? And I think that this sums it up. It's about friendship and community. We've got got a great party coming up, but let's try to hold it in until tomorrow and get through the night in one piece, all right?
I have it. Someone will come for it when the time is right. Thomas said so. He wrote it. The key is insurance. It's my job to keep it safe. Safe in the light. Always in the light.
Nightingale's Folly.
Wake, what's wrong?
Lady, are you stupid? It's a trick. It's an obvious trick.
Okay, I've had enough of this crap. Wake, I'm gonna trust you with this.
You're joking.
Agent Nightingale, your opinion would matter more if you were sober and if I actually believed you were here on official business.
Whoa! Get back in the cell, Stephen King. The only way you're leaving this place is over my dead... Wait a minute. I know this...
That made a believer out of her. Alright. Those are all the cutscenes leading up to the very beginning of episode 5. So now let's hop back in. In fact, I don't think you start to find any of the Nightmare Mode difficulty pages until, like, the last half of the last half. I guess I could just say the last quarter. Till the last quarter of episode 5.
Light. We need light. It's the only way to fight this thing.
In my office. I've got your things there. Follow me.
Oh man, we're sitting ducks with the lights out.
Stay cool. I can get the emergency power on.
I like how your eyes adjust with the camera. So if you're pointing away from the light, your eyes readjust and you can see everything. If you're pointed at the light, like her flashlight, you can only stare at the flashlight for like so long, and then it starts to like it messes with your eyes and the whole room gets dark. That's what usually happens. It's like, that's like a real flashlight. Alright. Now as you can see, we have all of the pages, except for the 3 from Nightmare Mode difficulty. We're not going to go out of our way to get any of these pages because this is Nightmare Mode difficulty, so if we stray too far, we will die. And the goal is, of course, not to die. But if they're like right in front of us, then yeah, we'll scoop them up. So, Nightingale reads the manuscript.
Nightingale tried to make sense of the manuscript. It was disjointed and strange. He didn't understand half of it, but it all rang true. Impossibly true. He took out his hip flask when he reached the page that described how he reached the page that made him take out his hip flask. It wasn't the booze that made his mind real.
I bet. Hey, Spiker! How you doing? Spiker says, hey, Orfeo. Wow. You are very thorough at this game. Yes, I am. That's because I really love this game. This is one of my favorite horror games of all time. And this might be one of my favorite games of all time. I don't know where I'd put it. Not in my top 10. Top 20, perhaps? I could see that. Yeah, with Alan Wake, and pretty much with every game that I play, I just do a one and done. I play it, I squeeze as much enjoyment as I possibly can from the game, and then I move on. And that was my full intention with Alan Wake Remastered. I was going to play it, enjoy it, move on to the next thing. But after playing it and beating it, I enjoyed it so much. The characters, the story, the gameplay, the action, the feeling of dread that it leaves you with the entire episode. everything about this game, the music, the sound design, is just so brilliantly done. That after I beat the main campaign, I didn't want to move on to even the DLC. I wanted to stay in the world of the main campaign of Alan Wake. And so, as I sometimes do, I used the excuse of going for trophies as a reason to replay the game. And so after beating the game on normal mode, which I always start with a game on normal mode, that's the difficulty that the developers intend you to play the game on, and so I always want to experience their art the way they would present it. We went back and we replayed the game again on easy mode, trying to get chapter-specific trophies and trying to complete everything we could possibly complete in normal or in easy mode. Now, all we have to do to get the Platinum Trophy, since this is being streamed from PlayStation 4, is to beat the game on Nightmare Mode difficulty and to obtain the missing pages that are only obtainable in Nightmare Mode, which are marked with that little claw symbol there. So we have 3 for Episode 5. We have 4 for Episode 6. You can see Episode 6 is pretty short. And then that's it. We have the Platinum Trophy. We've beaten the game on Nightmare Mode. So I'm excited. So plan is, tonight, Episode 5. Next Saturday, we finish it off with Episode 6. And then the Saturday after that, we finally begin to roll into the DLC. Excuse me. Spiker says, I'm like that, but with Horizon Zero Dawn. And I'm playing Horizon 2. It's a masterpiece. I've heard. I haven't played Horizon Zero Dawn or Forbidden West. I've seen them, and graphically, they look amazing. They really, really do. So, I have no doubt that that's going to be a contender for Game of the Year. Nightingale attacked by the dark presence.
Nightingale felt the situation veering out of his control, but the gun at least felt steady in his hands. He was ready to fire, resolved that he would let this happen over his dead body. And yet he hesitated. He had seen this moment before, read it in the page. He was transfixed by the deja vu and the horror that he was a character in a story someone had written. Then the monstrous presence burst in behind him and dragged him into the night.
Follow Sarah. After Agent Nightingale gets snatched by the dark presence, Sheriff Breaker agrees to help Wake to reach Cynthia Weaver, the Lady of the Light. As far as Horizon winning Game of the Year, I don't know. I think Elden Ring is going to be a strong contender. Its graphics are not as good as Horizon, but we'll see how they stack up to each other with gameplay, graphics, story, everything else. It's going to be a battle, though. Regardless of who wins, though, they both look like great games. Hello, Ryan Talkish. Hello, greetings, greetings. How are you doing today? And how are you doing, Spiker? Spiker's good? That's good, I'm glad. Road Flare. I have quite a bit of experience with this one. I'm really hoping, another Road Flare, that this game doesn't crash. I don't want to jinx it. During our easy mode playthrough, I made a mistake. Let me throw this out there right now, so if anyone tries to replicate what I'm doing, you don't screw up the way I screwed up, because it was really frustrating. So if you're trying to go for the Platinum Trophy on Alan Wake Remastered, or just trying to get all the achievements or whatever, depending on whatever platform you're playing it on, there is a chapter-specific trophy. I already have it, but if you don't, That's fine. In order to get this chapter-specific trophy, you have to beat the first half of this episode without dying. But there's a problem. The problem is, if you, at any point, leave the episode and then return to it, you have just avoided the trophy. Even if you didn't die, you still avoid the trophy. So, what I've done... There's actually water in the coffee brewer. I never noticed that before. That's some attention to detail right there. That's pretty cool. Anyway, what I typically do is I beat an episode, I watch the credits, it throws you into the next episode, you see a couple of CG sequences for the next episode, and then as soon as you get to the gameplay part, I save and I back out. And then the following week, I dive back in and stream it. So... during the Saturday that I was playing the first half of this episode on easy mode, I didn't get the trophy. And I'm like, what's going on? I didn't die. I played it very slowly, very meticulously. I was very, very careful. And I made it all the way and I didn't die a single time. And I felt cheated. And I looked into it, and it's because I got to the very beginning of episode 5, watched the intros, saved the game, backed out, and the next Saturday I launched into it and played the whole thing flawlessly. But because I backed out, instead of just starting it from the very beginning, the trophy was void, didn't count. And so if you get to that point, what you have to do is, you have to quit to main... I'm not going to do it, but I'll describe how to do it. You have to quit to main menu. Then you have to go to select episode, or episode select. Select episode 5, select your difficulty, then start it. And then you'll see the cutscenes again, and then it'll count as you starting episode 5 freshly. So that's the only way to get that checkpoint. So don't do like I did and just load in episode 5 and be like, oh, okay, cool, we got it. And then just back out, and then you just screwed yourself. So be mindful of that. And what have you been up to, Spiker? Ryan is doing pretty good. Just watched Uncharted with my bro today. Oh, the movie? How was that? I've been wanting to see that. There's actually 2 movies I've been wanting to see that are out right now. I think it's Death on the Nile and Uncharted. I'm an Uncharted fan. I've only actually beaten the first Uncharted game. It's pretty good, though. I liked it. I almost got the platinum. And Death on the Nile is a Hercule Poirot mystery, and he is my favorite detective. What's that? Why is that so blue? Oh, it's just really blue. Okay. But, Oh yeah, the vehicles look all jacked up down there. But, the way this got messed up for me after that happened, I tried to repeat episode 5 and I got kind of frustrated. This was after stream was over. And the game kept crashing. It literally crashed me like 12 to 13 times in episode 5 because I was trying to speedrun it. Because I kept playing it over and over again, and I had learned, like, where enemies spawn, where they come from and everything, and so I was literally racing through it. And I don't know if perhaps there's a problem with episode 5, but I guess if you do that...
Here are your things. Wait, what do I need to know? What do you need from me?
They can be hurt in the light, only in the light. And I need to find Cynthia Weaver. She can help me stop this.
Light. Check. Cynthia. She lives in the old decommissioned power plant. I can get you there pretty quickly in the rescue chopper.
And so,
Come on. Let's get back to your friend.
eventually, I just had to, like...
Wheeler, I need you to stay here. What? We're going to fetch our ride, but I have friends who need to be warned about this, and I can't be in 2 places at once. I need your help.
Well, okay.
Here's a list of people and phone numbers. I need you to call them and tell them you're a messenger. Night Springs, okay? They'll know what to do.
Night Springs? Like the TV show? Gotcha. Oh, hey, the radio guy is on the list. Man, who's Frank Ray? this like a secret society?
Can you do this? You'll be safe here. The backup power's on. These guys need to be alerted, just in case we don't come back.
You'll come back for me though, right?
As soon as we get the chopper ready. Thanks, Wheeler. I owe you one. Okay, let's go, Wake. Through the back.
My hangover wants a pizza. You think there's any way I could order one, Al?
My hangover wants you to shut up and get to work.
Huh. But yeah, I tried beating this on easy mode over I think it was over like 3 or 4 days, and it just would not stop crashing. And it was just episode 5, just the first part of episode 5. And eventually, I just started the game up, launched episode 5, and it worked fine. And I was paranoid throughout the whole thing, but it worked. And at times, I was getting so frustrated, I was just like getting reckless during my playthrough of episode 5, and I was actually starting to die, and then I would have to reset, not because the game crashed, but because I was dying. And so yeah, to avoid a lot of aggravation, if you're going for that chapter-specific trophy where you don't die the first half of episode 5, make sure you launch it from the episode menu. Do not just click continue. Alright. Spiker says, just working, gaming. I streamed 12 hours of Horizon 2. I'm now like 70 hours in and still can't put it down. That's awesome. To stream for 12 hours is a task. That is a feat. And to just have that much fun with a game and put it down, and I bet even now you still feel like you could pick it right back up. But that's really cool that you have that much. You're having that much fun with the game. I think I've started to feel that with Borderlands too. Yesterday I did like an 11-hour stream. And even after I stopped the game, I still felt like, you know what? I kind of feel like I want to pick it back up and start playing it more. But I let it go. I ended stream already, so I'm like, I'm done. We'll save it for the rest for next Friday. But that's pretty crazy. You're 70 hours in. How far through the game do you think you are, Spiker? Like, do you think you're almost at the end because you've been playing it for 70 hours? Or do you think, like, you're not that far? Maybe most of what you've been doing is just, like, side quests and exploring the world. Ryan says, I want to see Death on the Nile, too. I also like Sherlock Holmes movies. Nice. I only saw the first Sherlock Holmes movie with Robert Downey Jr. I think that's the actor's name. I never saw the other 2. I think there were 2 more. But I want to, eventually. Hey, Mugshot Rick, how you doing? Mugshot Rick says, yo, can you drop my friend a follow? He's 3 follows away from 50. Huh. Borderlands 2. Yeah, I really like Borderlands 2. It was a lot of fun. I'm playing as Krieg the Psycho right now. Is he here? I don't know who your friend is. Oh, it's just a delay. Tiny Tina's Wonderland is good also. It's like Borderlands. Yeah, in time I want to play through that. I would eventually like to play through all of the Borderlands games. So I've already beaten Borderlands 1, all of its DLC. I beat the pre-sequel and all of its DLC. And now I'm playing through 2, and I want to finish with all of its DLC, then move on to Tales from the Borderlands, then Borderlands 3, and then Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. And to answer your question, Rick, as to whether or not I will drop your friend a follow, I don't know who your friend is, but I'll tell you what, drop his name, his stream name, his Twitch name into chat, and I will look him up, and I will see what he's about. Okay, let me copy that. Oh. There we go. Trying to get to... Now let me type that in. Paste. Oh! Grr. I hit the wrong thing. I went to rank 1 instead of going to Twitch. There we go. Okay, I'll go ahead and check out his stream after my stream. I want to see like what kind of stuff he likes to stream, and see what kind of content he hosts. But you know, if I like what he's doing, I like the kind of stuff he's streaming, then yeah, I'll throw him a follow. I'm always up to help another streamer. Oh, and did you mean like am I on delay? No, I do ramble sometimes though. So by the time I like get around to addressing someone's point, sometimes it can be a bit. For that, I apologize. Tiny Tina is crazy. Tiny Tina is pretty awesome. I like her character a lot. Specca says, I'm getting there. I have done a lot of side stuff. I'm currently playing through the arena trials to get legendary gear. Ooh, cool, cool. So you're getting to the end of Forbidden West. I wonder when the first piece of DLC is going to drop. Rick says, he streams Rocket League and Destiny 2. You're playing with him right now. Oh, you're multitasking. You can watch my stream and game with him at the same time. That's impressive. I'm not a good multitasker myself. I used to be into Destiny. Hey, Ratika's here. Hey, Ratika, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. You've been playing more Elden Ring? Watch that site. Nice, man. Thanks. Talk to you later. Okay. Have a good game, Rick. Elden Ring broke your soul? Aww. Why is that?
Hello, Mr. Breaker? This is Barry Wheeler. Yeah, I know it's late, but listen, the sheriff, Sarah, asked me to tell you something. She says Night Springs, okay? So I guess she... Yes, sir. Okay, No, she's okay. She's just busy, so she asked me to... Oh, no. Actually, I'm a literary agent, sir. I'm just helping her out because she's busy right now.
I like how there's actually like a real conversation that keeps going. Like, if you left, you wouldn't hear this content.
Well, the one you'd most likely be familiar with is Alan Wake. You're kidding? Well, I'm glad to hear that, sir. I'll tell Al you said that. That's really nice. But listen, I really need to make some more calls here. You got the message, right? Yeah, that's right. Okay, thanks, sir. Bye now. Hey, the sheriff's dad is a big fan, Al. Said you're the best thing to happen to crime fiction since James Elroy. I think he was a little drunk, though. Hello? This is Barry Wheeler. I'm calling on behalf of the sheriff. Sarah says Night Springs. Okay? Okay, bye.
Ratika says, some annoying bits here and there, but still enjoyable. Yeah? It seems that's how...
I have a message from Sarah. Night Springs. Okay? Bye now.
It seems that's how the Soul series are. Very enjoyable, but annoying and tough in some areas.
Hello, ma'am. Sorry to bother you. Barry Wheeler, calling for Sheriff Rager. She asked me to tell you. Wheeler? Ma'am, she asked me to... No, I'm... Yes, but the sheriff asked me to... I think this is gonna take a while now. You better get going.
And then it kind of dismisses you that way, like, if you just want to hang around and listen to the content, it's like, okay, you can. Then he just repeats this over and over again. Specca says, you love watching someone play Elden Ring, but I just couldn't play it myself, lol. Oh, are you, as in I love, okay, yeah. Says Spiker. I'm gonna give it a shot, Spiker. Not anytime soon, but I am gonna give it a shot.
Oh, hell. Whatever took Nightingale must have broken the gate controls. We can't reach the gate's control box from here. We need to get to the other side over the rooftop.
I'll go. I'll open the gate for you once I'm across. You stay here in the light and cover me, Sheriff, okay?
Are you sure? Okay then, but hurry.
And let's knock off some of this stuff while we're here. There we go. And if you really want to get specific, and I'm not going to do this, but there's like a little crack between the door.
I needed to reach the rooftop to get to the other side of the broken gate.
And if you angle your flashlight kind of right, you can actually pop the darkness stuff on the other side of this door, but it's not necessary. Let's hit our checkpoint. There we go. But yes, I do like watching Elden Ring. I like watching all of the Souls games. And I never had really any intention to get into the Souls series, but I've heard so many people talk so positively about the series. And I've just seen so many people have so much fun with this series. Well, they also have a lot of aggravation. But it seems that they have so much fun playing through the different Souls games that it's made me want to try that challenge out myself. And so I have decided that I will be going through the entire Souls series. That was kind of freaky. You saw that? I never noticed that before. Me? Oh, wow. That is so freaky. I can't believe this is the first time I noticed that. Every time I play this game, I see things I never noticed before. So when I was over here, walking, the lights in the sheriff's office, that's her office, were still on. And as I approached the office, the lights flickered and shut off. And she said the backup power's on. So we can still see that the lights there are still on in the office, where Barry is in the front. So maybe this is some clue that little by little the darkness is shutting down the sheriff's station. Maybe that's why later we see Barry. Okay, there should be some batteries here. Alright, let's do a quick ammo check. We're up to 18 batteries, standard flashlight, couple of road flares, 16 shotgun shells. But those will be on Thursday for RPG afternoons. Rick says, if I see you streaming and my friend isn't, I'll gladly watch yours. Well, thank you, Rick. I appreciate that. I hope that I will be able to entertain you on here. Now, if we look down around here, you can eventually walk to where the this deer truck is parked, and there are items here. but you really, actually, it's where the lines are. The no parking lines are. I believe it's just, we'll look over there a bit more once we climb up the ladder. I think it's just road flares. Yep, there they are. There's 2 road flares. That's all that's over there. And it is not worth going over there. Especially in Nightmare mode. To go over there, you will get jumped by enemies. They'll come at you from all around here. And the sheriff isn't going to come down here with you. She's going to stay on the road over there when you eventually get to that point where that truck is. And to make it from here all the way over there, you're going to have to pop 2 road flares if you don't want to use your guns just to make it back to her. And then she'll help you kill them. So it's not worth going after the road flares. Just don't even go that way. But yes, I will be playing through the Souls series. So my schedule so far for RPG afternoons is to finish off our Valentine role-playing game called Rhapsody, a Musical Adventure. I think we're maybe a little more than halfway through with the game. So we might be playing it for another 2 Thursdays. Actually, I'm kind of curious about something. How many... Thursday. Yeah, we only have 2 Thursdays left until another RPG comes out that I'm looking forward to playing. Yeah, so we're going to try to knock out Rhapsody another 2 Thursdays. And then after that, we're moving on to Stranger of Paradise, Final Fantasy Origin, which launches in 3 weeks. And we will be playing that launch week. I've been looking forward to that for a while. It's kind of like the prequel to the original Final Fantasy. That's where we have to go right there. There's the helicopter. It doesn't look too far away, does it? No. And then from there, we begin our journey through the Souls series, starting with Demon Souls for the PlayStation 3. As I do not have a PS5. I think that's going to be quite interesting, because I believe the servers are shut down for the PlayStation 3 version. Which perhaps is a double-edged sword in itself. On the positive side, that means we cannot be raided, which is probably a positive, because I'll just be starting out. I'll be entirely new to the game. And so I have no idea what I'm doing. And Demon Souls has been out so long now, especially on the PlayStation 3, that there are probably people who have like max level characters and max gear, and they'd like destroy me in a single hit. But on the con, since the servers are down, I wonder if any of the bloodstains are still there, or any of the hints are still there from other players. I wouldn't think so. So it's going to be like I'm the very first person ever playing the game. Run around here. There we go. Try to put yourself into a corner. You have at least 2 flocks of birds to fight. No matter which mode you play in, you never want to turn your back, if at all possible, on the birds. You always want to fight them. because if you do not fight them, they will kill you very quickly. Each peck doesn't deal too much damage, but a lot of them will keep pecking you, and they will wear you down over time. As you can see, I'm already at half health. Now, I could speed this process up if I weren't so greedy with my batteries. There we go. I could have just kept swapping in batteries to charge my flashlight faster, and I would have taken less hits, but I would say I'm very conservative with my ammo. Other people would say that I'm just, you know, cheap, but that's just how I am. And on Nightmare mode, I may need the ammo. But yes, a good strategy for facing these birds is never ever to run away. Always put yourself into a corner, have it so that they can only come at you from a certain number of angles, and aim your flashlight at them the whole time. You'll start burning through their numbers, and then right before they hit you, as they fly directly towards you, focus your flashlight and they'll disperse, and they'll never touch you. It's just that I had 3 different flocks flying around, and it was a lot to keep track of. But I survived because I didn't run, and because I blocked myself off from the majority of their damage here. But yes, I have the intentions of going through Demon Souls. I've actually already picked my classes in the Souls games. You can also die here, which I've done, I think, like twice since I've been playing this game, and that's a really big bummer. So if you fall down there and you die, you start back where the light is, and you have to make your way all the way up all over again. That's really irksome. It's always a bit scary when you make this jump because of that. Ooh! The way he ducked down like that, I thought I wasn't going to make it.
Hey, Sheriff! Your password. Night Springs? What's that all about?
It's a stupid joke we have. That Bright Falls is the original inspiration for the TV show. This town can get weird at times. Never this weird, though.
Yeah, this is pretty weird. Burn through the darkness.
Bypass the damage control box.
What am I, an electrician? Hold on!
Now, we're going to get attacked. But we're not going to get attacked until we open the gate for her and she heads over here. So, we're not going to open the gate for her yet. We're going to come over here and open this up. And I think there are batteries and revolver ammo. Yep, more batteries. We're now at max batteries. 3 more road flares. We can't pick up any more revolver ammo. We're full. You can only hold up to 42 bullets. And then if you come this way... What is that? No, just grass. There should be 1 more road flare back here. There it is. But yes, I am excited. I already did research and chose the classes I'm going to play in each of the Souls games. In Demon Souls, I am planning to be a... What is on the other side of this gate? I don't think you can get over here. Interesting. Demon Souls, I'm planning to be a magician. I heard magic is pretty OP. I heard magic is kind of OP in all the games, but it's especially OP in Demon Souls. And I love magic classes. I love magic in general, which is why the theme for my Twitch channel is basically magic. That's why my emotes are wizards, and that's why my Discord is called the Wizard's Tower. In Dark Souls Remastered, we're going to be a knight, and I'm going to try and tech in some faith to kind of make it like a paladin class. Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin, we're going to be a whip-wielding explorer, which I heard is going to be a bit of a challenge. The explorer class looks fun, but I want to kind of play like as an homage to Castlevania. I heard playing with whips can be very challenging because even though some of them might do quite a bit of damage, they tend to break pretty quickly, so you need to fix them pretty often. Not impossible, but I was told it is quite challenging. But I'm looking forward to the challenge. Dark Souls 3, we'll be playing as a cleric. And let's see, from there, Bloodborne as a military veteran, which I've told is sort of on par with the warrior class from the Souls games. And then we'll be moving on to Elden Ring, where I plan to play as a bandit, which is kind of like a thief. So not only do I want to play through all of the games, but I want to play through all of the games as a different class. Bypass the gate controls.
Oh, damn. That's smart.
Yeah, that took away like a third of our health.
First stop is the town hall. The keys to the chopper are there.
Well, like a third of one segment of health. Alright. Now, when you're with her, she has a shotgun and with unlimited ammo. So really what you want to do is you want to help her break the shadow barriers of the enemies, because she's not entirely, like, this is all new to her. As far as, like, oh! Like, she's burning through their defenses as well. Ow! Meanie.